Alright, we did some side quests, a chunk of class quests, and also joined a free company, so that we might get some random pop-ups from time to time. But, I guess let's pick up our story from there and see if we can go kill another god. Hey, Whiskey, I brought the cheese you needed. I gather you solved Brayflox's little problem. Here you go. By the gods, that unholy stench. This is, definitely goblin cheese. Judging from the smell, it should be quite flavorful. How is it made? It's best you remain ignorant of such things. I still remember when I learned what kind of milk they use. That is so worrying. Bravo, Ny'ardbert. Thanks to you, our guest shall be honored with a marvelous banquet. What good is an exotic feast without an equally exquisite aperitif? Luckily, I know just the person to ask. Make your way to Wineport and seek out Shamani Lamani, another former member of the company. All you have to do is give him this order slip, he'll take care of the rest. Oh, and if you're wondering if this is merely a ploy to test your patience, I assure you I do actually need that wine. And while you're there, give Shamani Lamani my regards. It can be both things. You're giving me busy work to test my patience, but it's busy work that needs to be done. That is Garlean architecture. I don't have to pass through there, do I? Hi, can you take me to Wineport? No? Okay, hold on. That's Wineport. Where's Raincatcher Gully? Over there. Is that a connection? Looks like it would be. Okay, so yes, take me to the gully. Oh, I do have enough seals that next time we're back in Limsa, I can rank up to the next rank. Private first class or what have you. Alright. Unlock the porter, attune to the etherite. All those two are having a cute time. And talk to Shamani Lamani. Sweat, grime, and blood. Ah, you reek of blood. An adventurer, unless I'm mistaken. What brings you to Wineport? An order. Made out to you. I think something for wine? It's from Whiskey. An order? Let me guess. A request for the finest vintage I can muster. This paper smells of loam and perfume. Costa del Sol. And there's also the unmistakable odor of goblin cheese. Yes, Master Gegareju would not settle for anything less than the best. Dear Streets and his crew must be quite busy preparing an exotic feast, hence his decision to rely on an adventurer. Ah, but perhaps you are confused. This display of deduction was not intended to impress you. When one loses his vision, he is forced to compensate in other ways. But you have no interest in my affairs. You wish only to discuss the wine, I suspect. mean, I'm kind of curious. Got fucking a daredevil vintner out here. That's pretty sick. Life can be so delightfully unpredictable. I've always had a passion for wine, but it wasn't until I was forced to retire that I could pursue it as more than a mere hobby. It wouldn't have been possible if not for the savings I amassed during my time as a mercenary, of course. Say what you will about the nature of that work, none can deny that it pays well. Ah, but you grow impatient, and Whiskate must have his wine. Herein lies the problem. Nothing in my possession is of sufficient quality for this occasion. The best vintages in town are hoarded by Berglant, who owns and operates the largest winery in Vilbrand. Somehow, I doubt he'll be receptive to your request, but given these circumstances, we must needs beg his assistance.
What rank amateur bottled this wine? The impurities have rendered it nigh undrinkable. Dismissal is too good for the man responsible. He should be made to drink every drop of his polluted swill. What is it? I'm in the middle of an important discussion, and I do not care for interruptions. That neophyte vintner bids you speak with me? Ha! Neither you nor your friend has the palate to appreciate the subtle qualities of my private stock. I would sooner serve you Gubu urine than sell you my worst vintage. Begone from my sight.
I mean, I'm not buying it for me, but alright, yeah, whatever. I'm kind of curious how you'd come across a bottle of Gubu urine, but I'm not going to yuck your yum. I take it he said no. Really, in those words? Well, I cannot say that I'm surprised. While there's no denying his passion and skill, the wine baron of Limsa is not a man known for his tact. Very well, we shall have to take an alternative approach. There is a chance, however small, that another resident of Wineport can furnish us with a suitable wine. In fact, had you come several years ago, I guarantee this would not be a problem. Alas, the quality of our product has declined significantly in recent years. The only breeds cultivated these days are common lowland vines, which isn't to say that their grapes are of poor quality, only that we have known better. Long ago, the vignerons of Wineport crossbred several species and produced a grape-bearing vine of never-before-seen quality. Bacchus grapes were once the pride of this town, as they were used to produce vintages which surpassed all others. This included the most aromatic, the most complex, the most flavorful of all wines. Aye, the legendary Bacchus wines were born right here in Wineport. Pardon my enthusiasm. You see, I once had a privilege to sample that particular wine. It was an otherworldly experience. In that moment, I felt as though I had tasted the nectar of the gods themselves. I transcended my mortal flesh and was one with all creation. But as is all too often said, the calamity changed that. The Bacchus vineyards were completely destroyed, along with much of the existing stock of Bacchus wine. What little remains is closely guarded by its owners, for it can no longer be made. If we cannot convince Berglant to part with his wines, our next best option, as ridiculous as it sounds, is to find someone who has a bottle of Bacchus wine, and to offer them every gill we can spare. I've heard rumors that one of the vignerons tending the vineyards might have once owned a bottle. Perhaps you could start by speaking with them. I guess none of you are the vignerons. What are the differences between a vintner and a vigneron? Oh, no, it's up there. Okay, how do I get up there? I like to think this annoying running around and getting thwarted by a wall is what will eventually inspire Ny'ardbert to learn the daring leaps of dragoonery. What? Do I have Bacchus wine? I wish. Never had the chance to try it myself. Sorry, friend, but you're a few years too late. Can I go through that door? Is that a real door? No. Okay, can I go around? Oh, I don't need to. He's over there. Bacchus wine? Don't remind me. I used to have a cellar filled with the stuff. Thought I could keep the wine safe from thieves and elements. Never counted on a bloody primal blowing up my goddamned house. Yeah, I mean, fire's an element. No luck. Most regrettable, but we had to try. But Bacchus wine would have been perfect for the occasion. Though I must confess, my certitude could be due in part to my personal history with the beverage. It is, after all, the very reason I decided to become a vintner. After Titan blinded me in our battle beneath Ogamoro, I fell into a deep depression. It wasn't until I tasted Bacchus wine for the first time that I realized there was still so much I could experience, even in my condition. It helped me to find a new direction in life. It breaks my heart to think that wondrous ambrosia which once filled me with hope may be forever lost to us. I must say, this talk of Bacchus wine has made me rather nostalgic. Indeed, there is much I miss about my life with the company of heroes. After everything the captain has done for me, I could not bear to disappoint him. No fear. I swear that I shall find a suitable wine for the banquet, but I may need some time to think of a solution. In the meantime, there is a favor I would ask of you. 2 years ago, in the deepest depths of my despair, I stumbled across Vilbrand as a vagabond drunk. I suspect I was looking for a place to die, because I was very nearly found one not far from here. It was there that a man named Drest took me in and nursed me back to health, and it was he who gave me my first taste of Bacchus wine, which helped me to find my new calling. Though I am still a novice in the arts of winemaking, I would like him to know that I am pursuing my dream. This wine is my own original creation, and I would be most grateful if you delivered it to him in my stead. Drest sometimes works at the Raincatcher Gully docks, so perhaps Ritskilt can tell you where to find him. Which one of you is Ritskilt? You seem somewhat out of place. What's your deal? Only dockhands are authorized to enter the storehouse. Be on your way. Suspicious. Dressed? Oh, you mean the hermit? I toss him a few gil when we need an extra pair of hands. Doesn't talk about himself, and I sure as hell don't ask. When a man's got a face with scars like that, you best well leave enough alone, I say. If you don't mind to find him, though, then head southwest to the Severed String. Alright, looks like the plot has outpaced the Lancer's ability to keep up. So we'll be doing stuff as a marauder for the next good chunk. I'll probably do a dungeon or two between streams, and that'll get caught back up. Sorry, the title of the quest is Give a Man a Drink, like give a man a fish. And so I auto-completed that in my head of like, yeah, give a man a drink, he'll be drunk for a night. Teach a man to drink, he'll never be sober again. Hey, are you dressed? You've been through some shit. What do you want? Shamani Lamani's first attempted for winemaking. At least the name sounds legitimate. Here, I have a bottle for you, a Shamani Rosso. Wine? I didn't ask for this. Who sent you? You okay? What? Dress is suffering from extreme duress. Can't sleep. They won't let me sleep. The midges, the buzzing. It keeps me awake. I never wanted to hurt anyone. I won't fight. I don't want to fight. Please make the buzzing stop. Make the midges go away. Alright, seems simple enough. How close to level up was it? Not close enough. Let's mess up some wasps. Or biting flies, rather. More swarms. I need to avoid these goobos. Not because they're particularly dangerous, but because I don't want to fight them. And these ones are weirdly aggressive compared to the ones we saw previously. It's never something I've really addressed, but you could tell by the little symbol next to their name whether they'll be aggressive or not. So like, that Goobu, so with the little blue symbol, won't attack me unless I attack it, or provoke it in some other way. But the mildewed Goobus here will. Alright, back we go. It's not so loud anymore. Did you do that? Thank you. You helped me. Even after what my comrades and I did to your country. We were on a reconnaissance mission when the Maelstrom caught us by surprise. We tried to escape with the others. No one else survived. I didn't ask for this, damn it. I'm not even Garlean. They conquered my lands just like they tried to conquer yours. I don't want to die in some blasted jungle halfway around the world. I just want to go home. Can we do that? I wish to thank Shimani for the wine. That was overly kind. Would you be willing to bear a gift back to him? Last night at Red Merz's Falls, I collected the sap from nearby palm trees. If placed in coconut shells and stored for a few bells' time, it makes for a fine wine. See, it should be ready by now. I left 3 shells out there. Please take them to Shimani for me. I'm glad he's moved on with his life. I hope to one day do the same. Really? Alright, fine. Want to die so bad, we'll do this. Hello? There it is. Palm wine. You get a kick out of the fact that that attack there, where it takes them like forever and a half to jump, is called labored leap. The frog's just too fat, and it has to just like real slow get ready to jump. What was that? Local legend states that he who calls the name of Metchalgus 3 times will summon the unspeakable woodland monstrosity from deep beneath the earth to wield destruction on the world above. Fortunately, few can pronounce the name. Unfortunately, it appears someone was lucky. Alright. This seems like the type of thing that is a job for Ny'ardbert, warrior of light, hero of the realm. Sludge, sustaining earth damage over time. Alright. I was about to be like, man, I wonder if they use this model anywhere else, and then I looked a little bit to the left, and there it is, it's just super tiny. We did it. One less boogeyman to haunt people. It's been some time, Ny'ardbert. What news do you have of Drest? Sap of a palm tree fermented inside an island coconut shell. Far more potent than wine made from grapes, palm wine, if brewed for too long, can cause loss of eyesight or even death. Ah, yes, I recall he did have some knowledge of winemaking. A simplistic, but nevertheless effective method that utilizes the natural properties of palm sap. I shall have to enjoy this batch before it spoils. We're not so different, Drest and I. 2 men who have long struggled not to let our scars define us. I worry that he has been alone with his thoughts for too long. Ah, it is past time I paid him a visit. Thank you for looking after him, Ny'ardbert. By the gods, Ny'ardbert, listen! I know you are eager to wash your hands of this wine business, but I've just discovered something extraordinary about Drest's palm wine. He sealed each coconut shell with a leaf which has a very distinct shape and unusual odor. I thought I was going mad at first, but now I'm certain. These are the leaves of a Bacchus grapevine. Do you know what this means? Somewhere in Raincatcher Gully, the legendary vine still grows. If we could obtain a cutting, we could revive the Bacchus wine industry. We must know where Drest found these leaves. Here, take one of them back to him and see what he remembers. Alright, back we go. Got mixed feelings about this chunk, because on one hand, we're supposed to be getting ready to fight a god. This is not, like, aiding in that. On the other hand, I do kind of like this little side story they got going on here. Like, if they had sent us here on a lower stakes mission and we were getting the runaround, I would like it a bit more. I hadn't spotted that the first time we were through here. That is a wreck of a Garlean airship. Not like the ones that we were flying around in where it was like a transport for a lot of people. This probably only had like 2 or 3 crewmates inside. It was basically just a pillar of guns with wings. Cool seeing it there. It's like remnants of the war. And we're still fighting at some extent, but not. This is no longer a front for it. At least for now. Oh, hello again. What is it? It's just a leaf, isn't it? I only chose it because it was pretty. I didn't know it was rare. I found them near the Juggernaut to the south, but I didn't see any grapevines. I saw fresh gubu tracks, though. Maybe the leaves came from vines growing on the back of one such beast? If you go looking for it, please be careful. Some gubus are more territorial than others, and you may have to defend yourself. I'm guessing the Juggernaut is the name of that type of ship. Where is this gubu? Ripples in the water caught your eye. Hello, gubu. Shesma, you've got a name. Come here. Alright. Back to Wineport. You know, I'm just gonna teleport to Wineport. Hey, Shimani, look what I found. What did Drest have to say, Ny'ardbert? Tell me everything. A cutting from a Bacchus grapevine, a variety of sweet wine grape thought to be long extinct. I was right! This smell, this texture! I hold in my hands a Bacchus grapevine cutting.
Come now, enough of this nonsense. I've heard talk of your discovery, and I refuse to believe that a common adventurer and a novice vintner could... 12 is my witness. It is a Bacchus grapevine. Wherever did you find this fantastic specimen? What? You would offer this to me, but why?
There's none better positioned to reconstruct the Bacchus vineyards than you, Master Berglant. You have the resources, the knowledge, and the passion to do so. It would be selfish of me to keep this cutting.
I never knew you cared so deeply about your craft. Thank you, good sir. I will not squander this gift. In just a few years' time, I swear that every tavern across Eorzea will once again be clamoring for a cask of Wineport's legendary Bacchus wine.
Sir, you needn't... Wait, the shape of this bottle, the scent of this label, this couldn't possibly be... a 1547 Bacchus? But that's impossible. The vintage has not been seen since years before the calamity.
It was the crown jewel of my personal collection. For years I debated opening it, wondering if today or tomorrow would be the ideal time. But now I realize that it was never meant for me. It should be savored by the saviors of Wineport, I say.
He has made us an offer we cannot refuse. Master Gegareshu will find no finer wine. You have forever changed Wineport, Ny'ardbert. Thank you for your kindness and your generosity. Ah, but do not permit me to delay you any longer. Pray deliver the wine to Captain Whisgate. Well, yes, I would very much like to drink it, but I am a patient man. I have faith that one day I shall have another opportunity to taste perfection. Wow, that's... I feel like this is wasted on this random very rich man as compared to these folks that have a deep history with it. Oh, I'm not gonna... To Costa del Sol. Oh, you're back, Y'shtola. Greetings, Ny'ardbert. I thought it fitting that I seek you out and offer my gratitude for all that you have accomplished.
Your prolonged absence was beginning to concern me. So what of the wine I asked you to bring?
A vintage wine from the year 1547 of the 6th Astral Era.
Is that... 7 hells! A 1547 Bacchus. Even I know how rare that is. I have to admit, I didn't think you had it in you, but congratulations, Ny'ardbert. Thanks to you, this will be the most luxurious feast Costa del Sol has seen in years. Considering the lengths you went to, I hope our guests appreciate it. Speaking of which, your associate arrived a short while ago. She appears to be growing somewhat impatient. Perhaps you could tell her that the banquet is about to begin?
I don't think she gives a shit about the banquet. Okay. Oh, my. You have the look of a man who has been to the 7th hell and back. That a guest should be expected to supply the victuals for a banquet held in his own honor. And this while the shadow of Titan looms over us all, beggars belief. I can only applaud your stoicism. Had I been asked to endure such ignominy, I fear I should have accepted my lot with less grace. Wait, in his own... This is for me? Lady Y'shtola, Sir Tia. A thousand pardons for this extreme discourtesy. I was wholly unaware of your true identity, sir. Had I known, I would never have permitted my man to subject you to such unspeakable ordeals.
Come now, he must have said something was amiss. You didn't seriously think I would send you running the length and breadth of Eorzea for a banquet, did you?
Spare him your mockery, Captain. Your intent was unclear to me until this moment, and unlike me, Ny'ardbert has no knowledge of your traditions. Mayhap you be so good as to enlighten him.
Aye, aye, fair's fair, there's no sense hiding it any longer. We 5 were chosen by our brothers and sisters, and before the company of heroes disbanded, we each swore a solemn oath. That any who would follow in our footsteps must be weighed and measured, not by their reputation, but by their deeds. Each man would judge these would-be God-slayers by his own criteria. If even one found him wanting, he would be rejected without a second thought. But if he proved himself worthy, we swore that we would do our utmost to support his cause. The world has ever been full of brave souls, eager to give their lives for a righteous cause, but all too few capable of making a difference with their sacrifice. To send wave after wave of hapless adventurer into the jaws of a foe against whom they have no hope of victory is worse than futile. Titan is not one to be challenged lightly, and we will not be complicit in the deaths of the unworthy.
Which is why the 5 of you deigned to test Ny'ardbert with such commendable thoroughness. Time well spent, I am sure. But tell us, Captain, what is the assessment of you and your fellows?
He's a brave one, that much is certain. He willingly walked into the midst of danger, despite my repeated warnings that it could cost him his life.
His skill is undeniable. He stalked his prey as relentlessly as any child of the sands, and struck with precision when an opportunity presented itself. Too many adventurers these days care only for fortune and glory. Ny'ardbert, however, is a kind and generous soul. I am certain he has no shortage of loyal allies who will gladly fight at his side. Pshka! Wily Uplander is talentful plansmaker, tricksy foe for mighty Rockman.
I can only concur with my colleagues' assessments. We 5 of the Company of Heroes hereby judge you a worthy challenger. Cast down the Lord of the Crags, Ny'ardbert, and write a new chapter in the history of Eorzea. With the formalities out of the way, let the festivities begin. Summon the dancers, pour the wine. Eat, drink, and be merry. My friends, for today, we celebrate the birth of a new legend. Ny'ardbert, Titan's Bane.
Ny'ardbert, Titan's Bane! Okay. I'm supposed to speak with you? Hi? Congratulations, sweetling. Now relax and enjoy the show. It's only just begun. Your Ellison friend is quite the dashing rogue. Any chance you could introduce me? I would need your name for that, but sure. Hey, Landon, she's hitting on you.
Seeing everyone again like this brings back such fond memories. I wonder if anyone would be interested in reforming the company. Hey, Brayflux.
Pshka! Tasty fresh treats are plentiful in belly of Brayflocks. It feels wonderful to be with the others again. I wish this day would never end.
Sometimes I question if opening the Flying Shark was the right decision. But if I wasn't bowing and scraping to some pretentious Ul'dan merchant, I reckon I'd be doing the same to the Count de Zamail. That may have suited my father and grandfather, but I've aspirations for a better life.
Where is... There's Kate and the Noon. Oh, that walked right past them.
Please conduct yourself with dignity whilst visiting Costa del Sol. If you behave inappropriately towards other guests, I may be forced to carry out punitive action.
What about me made you think that's how this is going to go?
It has been too long since I last set foot outside Forgotten Springs, passing the time with old friends and old wine. Aye, today is a good day indeed.
Alright. Let's fucking eat. Hell yeah. Man, we got all these awesome ingredients and they put zucchini in it? Not to dunk on anyone who likes zucchini, but it is potentially one of the worst textures I've had in food. Tasting the exotic feast triggers a divine revelation. In that brief, transcendent moment, you glimpse the true form of reality, comprehend its fleeting nature, and cry out to the heavens in celebration. Okay, Shamani. When you face the Lord of the Crags, think not of Limsa Lominsa, Eorzea, or anything beyond his chamber. Think only of the men and women by your side. Fight for them, and they will fight for you. Remember that no great victory was ever achieved alone. Pshka. Goodly Uplander must be facing mighty Rockman with clever fighty think. Gobbyflock cannot be coming to rescue this time. Ny'ardbert, you brave fool. Promise me when you meet in Titan you'll look him in the eye and tell him Lionel sends his regards. Alright. I'll have to remember that. You're a veteran of countless battles, Ny'ardbert. This is but one more. Trust in your experience and you will prevail.
You're blessed with fortitude to rival the Earth itself. Titan will struggle to break you, I think.
You are kind to indulge them, Ny'ardbert. This banquet is as much for the company as it is for you, whatever they claim. I do not deny that they mean well, but now is scarcely the time for celebration. That they have all but pronounced you the victor, the battle with Titan has yet to begin. The hour has come for the good captain to make good on his promise. I must speak with him again. He has been giving me some tips, though, so I do appreciate that.
You must be eager to face Titan. As promised, we shall show you the way. Travel to Bronze Lake in Upper Lanasia. There you will meet with Riol, another man who once served with the company. To ensure that this knowledge does not fall into the wrong hands, he will remain in hiding until you have given the correct signal. Give me your map. You must whistle loudly at the 3 locations I mark. Only then will he appear to meet you at this 4th location. I realize this may seem excessive now, but you will see that it is more than reasonable once you comprehend the risks inherent in our method.
I'm fascinated by what that implies. Alright. Upper Lanasia. Is there a good way to get there from here? Okay, so if I teleport to Raincatcher Gully and then go, like, around. Oh, that is an active Garlean base. Okay. Oh. Rude. I'm curious. I think Garleans... Oh, they are. Oh, level 49. Okay, we should not fuck with them. At least not today. Nope, not getting in a fight with a big fish. Not today. do more fates? Only if I do a bunch of them. How do I get over there? Alright, let's check in with Jerkable Keep. And sync up with the Aetheryte. Nice hot springs they got going on here. It seems like a really pleasant place to, like, have a day off. Oh, ma'am, I'm going to whistle. It's not at you. Below me? Above me? Where is this? Is it inside the building? No? Around? How do I get up from here? Ah, I see you. Alright, Ariel. Are you? No, you're a different guy with an eye patch than either of the ones we've seen so far. Alright. Greetings, mate. Might be the one the captain said would come calling. Oh, I thought so. Pay attention now, because I ain't explaining myself twice. Lord Crags. Years ago, when we was weighing up how to get to Titan, one of our scouts stumbled across this beastman's Aetheryte, see? Yeah? What's that look for? Not familiar with him? He speaks of an unamplified Aetheryte which has been claimed by a beast tribe. Lest you wonder, there is no fundamental difference between such Aetherites and those which you've used on countless occasions, Ny'ardbert. Oh, well, if it ain't the Sharlayan lass, welcome back. Forgive me for interrupting. I had planned to await your report, but I succumbed to curiosity. The tunnels beneath Ogomoro form a bewildering labyrinth that no outsider has ever fully explored. How the company of heroes managed to navigate it is a mystery I have long pondered. Give us a bit of credit, love. We weren't daft enough to try going in the front. The kobolds are always digging new tunnels and filling the old ones with traps. One wrong step, and the next thing you know, you got 100 tons of rocks on your noggin. Suicide to even try, see? Funny thing was, the kobolds didn't seem to have no trouble finding their way around. And it was that got us thinking. I mean, Ogomoro mines are like a bleeding city, ain't they? And getting around in a city that big would be a right pain in the ass if you didn't have an Ethernet, wouldn't it? So it stood to reasons the kobolds must have one, didn't it? Even if there were Aetheryte shards in the depths of Ogomoro, you would have needed to attune yourself to them before you could identify their signatures within the live stream. Ah, well, that's where you're wrong, love. We had this Sharlayan bloke to help us, see? Delivered us right into Titan's bedchamber, he did. I don't right know how he did it, but I do remember him saying it weren't nothing any Sharlayan scholar worth her salt couldn't manage. Did he now? Locating a beacon in the absence of a known signature might be possible if the Aetherites in question happened to be Ah, yes, but in order to guide a traveler to said beacon safely, a second party would be required to... It is possible, in theory at least, yet I cannot be certain until I try. Plainly all will depend upon whether or not I am worth my salt.
Ah, you are, lass. Don't you worry about that. Have a bit of faith in yourself.
Why don't you all go to Zelma's run and take a closer look at the Aetheryte? It ain't far, although there's sure to be a few kobolds blocking the way. Not you can't handle, mind. Alright. You know, before we go to fight Titan himself, I think we might want to unlock our job as compared to just the class. We are level 35, so that has 2 quests queued up for us. Let's go do that, and then we'll teleport back. So, I'll teleport, and we'll be right outside the Marauders Guild. And here we are. Let's see what Warrenson has for us.
Ah, Ny'ardbert, just the man I was hoping to see. Aye, it's plain as day that you're no equal in our guild, and I've a task that I'd entrust to no ordinary marauder. To wit, I just received a message from an old comrade in arms of mine, who now serves as a guardsman in Costa del Sol. It would seem the fighting's grown fierce in those parts, and he finds himself in dire need of reinforcements. Mind you, this man is no white-livered whelp. He can wield an axe with the best of them, as evidenced by Master Gegoreju's paying good coin for the services of he and his men. No, any enemy who could fluster that bunch is not one to be trifled with. I've sent Sulkwib on ahead to tend to the wounded. Seek her out upon your arrival, and she'll apprise you of the situation at hand.
Costa del Sol? Who even knows what's up at that place? Hey, Sulkwib. Long time no see. Ny'ardbert, ever the sight for sore eyes. A nasty bale of turtles has been preying on this area of late, snapping and gnashing at everything in sight. Why, even the best men that Master Gegoreju could buy find themselves no match for the creatures. Word has it that the beasts have been sighted swimming in from the lightly guarded northern shore. I would send you there to investigate the cause behind their burgeoning numbers. Come, Gaiba. Let us investigate the turtles. That's a little coconut going on there. Fell demon. Alright. Hey, bud. You ever get so angry you summon turtles? Ugh, damn it all, Ny'ardbert. We must see to these beasts. Ah, look at all those jellyfish. Seven hells, there's no end to them. Prepare to fall back. I'll see to the shellbacks. You whelps just tried not to end up as turtle grub. That axe. I've not seen its like in... Ny'ardbert, we must do what we can. So didn't the dude who was just here have basically the same axe? Why didn't you notice it then? Oh my god, his name is Curious Gorge. Like, Curious Gorge is absolutely a totally canon-compliant Rogadan name. But it does give the same vibes as, like, naming your character Mountain Dew. That should send them scuttling back to their nests. You can call me a Curious Gorge. One remark about the name and I'll rip your ugly heads from your shoulders and suck the marrow out of your twitching spines. You two are guards from Costa del Sol, I reckon? Not as such. We're of the Marauders Guild, sent here by Axemaster Wernson to assist in the defense. I am Sulkweb, and this is my comrade Ny'ardbert. Howdy, sir. From the guild, you say? Well, blow me down and call me a bogey. Had you told me sooner, I'd have introduced myself with proper respect. You're Ny'ardbert, right? We've only just met, but I see in you a strength not found in ordinary men. What say you unleash the beast within and become a warrior with me? A warrior, you say? So it was you I saw brandishing battle techniques I had thought lost to the sands of time. Lost? Perhaps in these parts, but where I come from, the way of the warrior is alive and well. My tribe has been handing them down for thousands of years. Yet, our numbers dwindle with every new summer, and this is why I left the mountain where I was raised to come here. What say you, Ny'ardbert? If you would walk the path of the warrior with me, seek me out at Hidden Falls. The way that lined up, it looked like the area for a moment was called Costa del Solquib. The warriors of old. You've all heard the tales, but never once did I dream that I would meet one in the flesh. My memory is cloudy, but many years ago it was said there was a young marauder in the company of heroes who would unleash crushing blows theretofore unseen by his comrades. When the company disbanded, he vanished, never to be seen again. Might that be this Curious Gorge? I cannot vouch for the man's identity, but there can be no denying the display of strength we saw today, nor that he has taken a liking to you, Ny'ardbert. This could be an opportunity for the ages. Hidden Falls, was it? Were I in your boots, I would head off there without delay. I do like that he could just say Hidden Falls, and that this place called Hidden Falls is supposedly well known enough that he does not have to give directions. Oh, Curious Gorge out here practicing in a waterfall. I knew you would come, Ny'ardbert. Let us begin. Any man can take up an axe and call himself a marauder. To become a true warrior, he must prove he can tame the inner beast that guides the blade. I witnessed your battle with the turtles, and I must say that I was impressed. You've proven yourself far more worthy of this than I could have imagined. In your hand lies the soul of the warrior, a crystal within which the deeds of 1,000 warriors from history are recorded. For countless generations, the soul has been passed on to those in my tribe who choose the path of the warrior, to guide them and to aid them on their journey. When your inner beast awakens, the runes will resonate, further empowering your will, granting you such strength as you never thought possible. Today there is cause for celebration, my friend, for through you I have ensured that my tribe's legacy will endure. Yes, it is for this day, this moment, that I came down from the mountain. Yet however earnestly I pursue my goal, I cannot deny the fear inside me that my mission will ultimately end in failure. For you see, while I style myself a warrior, the truth is that I left the mountains before my training was complete. And while I carry with me the chronicles of my ancestors, detailing the ancient arts of war, I lack the ability to fully decipher the texts. Yet, there may still be hope, for there is another who fled my village, one who shared my dream of passing on the teachings of the tribe, and can read the tome. My brother. Without him, I fear there is little more than I can teach you at this time. That will not discourage me from continuing my studies of the chronicles, nor shake my belief that further secrets will soon reveal themselves to me. Until then, I ask that you use the knowledge I passed on to you and continue your training. You must strive to harden your will so that it may endure the strain of future burdens. Good luck, my friend. Which warrior crest will be available at level 35. You obtained a soul crystal. Soul crystals are required to transfer your current class to a more specialized job. Each job has its own crystal and arms which can be equipped via the armory chest. While using a job, you will have limited access to actions from other classes. You will, however, have access to new job-specific actions. That is hilarious. That is a piece of text that's left over from a mechanic that has been gone for years. Job levels coincide with those of the base class. When a job level rises, so too does the level of the base class, and vice versa. Jobs that do not have a base class, however, will start from the level required to unlock them, and their level can be raised independently of other classes and jobs. Alright. So, right here we stand a marauder, but as soon as we equip the soul crystal, we are a warrior! I don't feel any different. It's because we haven't learned any moves yet. Yeah, so like if we hadn't gotten the job crystal, these are the only 3 skills left for us to get as a marauder. But as a warrior, you got all these. Curious Gorge is struggling to decipher the ancient texts. Welcome back, my friend. I can see that you've not neglected your training. For my part, I fear that deciphering the ancient chronicles of my people is proving to be a much more demanding task than I had imagined. Mind you, it hasn't helped that I've been somewhat preoccupied of late. A comrade of mine from my days in the company of heroes asked me to do a favor. He's taking me back and forth across the realm like some bloody fairy. It's doing it to you too, huh? I'm on a hunt for some mysterious feral beast that's been terrorizing small folk. People don't know where this monstrosity came from, but witnesses say its thirst for blood is unlike anything they've ever seen. Unfortunately, the time I have spent in pursuit of the beast is time I have not spent studying the chronicles, and I'm sorry to say I've made little progress. However, while on the road, I was able to decipher one passage that may be of interest to us both. From what I can gather, the chronicle tells of an ancient set of armor forged by my ancestors in the flames of the Seventh Hells, and inscribed with the same arcane incantations that adorn the soul of the warrior. It would seem that this mighty armor was passed down from hero to apprentice for centuries,
until one man, driven by rage and vainglory, cast all 5 pieces from Abelathia's highest peak. Since that day, the armor has remained lost, and with it, the power that it harbors. As far as I can make out, the next passage in the Chronicle concerns the whereabouts of these missing artifacts. They've only been able to make sense of the odd word thus far. Still, I must confess to some excitement. Imagine what a warrior clad in such garb could achieve. Ah, if only my brother were here. We could decipher the text together and spread the teachings of our people to the entire realm. Alas, he is not. His whereabouts are as hidden to me as those of the ancient armor. I'd have liked you to meet him, if only so you could have looked upon a true warrior. Well, perhaps you still shall. Eorzea is not as large as most people perceive. Paths cross, fates intertwine. Such is the will of the spinner. It may be that my brother has chosen a similar path to mine. But I've rambled long enough. You are here to take the next step in your trading, and so I shall oblige. In the southern reaches of Thanalan is the Sagoli Desert, a god's forsaken wasteland of naught but sand that stretches as far as the eye can see. It is here that the Leviathan of the Dunes lurks, a sandworm of gargantuan proportions. When facing this mammoth creature, you will soon realize that the feeble hacks and slashes of your puny axe are ill-suited to the task of felling such a foe. But do not let this dissuade you. Wake the slumbering beast within, and summon forth a strength that transcends the limits of your physical form. Mind you, first you'll have to find the beast, and that might prove a tall order in itself. The U tribe that inhabits Forgotten Springs is wise to the movements of the denizens of the desert. Should you want for guidance, I'd wager they could set you in the right direction. Alright, so Forgotten Springs is the one, I think. Sorry, I need to fuss the settings real quick. Oh no, it's there. Alright. Never mind. Alright, anybody know where I could find a big worm? Like a really big worm. You know? Sandworms are particularly sensitive to vibrations of the earth, such as those made by running. If you're looking to summon one of the beasts, then I suggest you search for their tracks, then run about making as much of a clamor as possible. I would also suggest you seek a cure for your madness. I have seen the beast. Stands 3 molms high, he does, and stirs up sandstorms with each writhe and wriggle. Showed up in my hunting field some years ago and has been swallowing up my would-be prey in that gaping maw of his ever since. What are your thoughts, Ugormoli? The Leviathan of the Dunes? Saw the fearsome bugger not a week ago, preying on a group of merchants south of Baragot's Strike. The smart ones dropped their wares, turned tail, and ran. The dumb ones, well, at least they could say they died rich. Okay, so I'm headed south and looking for a place on the dunes where there are tracks and abandoned wares. And then running around a whole bunch. Huh. The fellow's just flying around up there. Oh, never mind. He's found his task. Begone, small sandworm. I have no interest in you. I'm here only to slay your very large cousin. Alright, found the place. There we are. You're not that much bigger than the other ones around here. And the self-healing on the base combo for Warrior is so nice.
warrior ages past have borne witness to your bravery. Alright, back to Costa del Sol. Ah, Ny'ardbert, your crystal grows ever stronger. In felling the raging sandworm, the beast within you has slowly but surely rouses to wakefulness. When next you do battle, methinks you will find yourself capable of movements heretofore unfamiliar to you. When you have mastered your new talents, return to me. And meanwhile, I shall continue my study of the ancient texts. I got a beast badge. Alright. Cool. So basically we got a new gauge that like charges up and lets me do stuff. The stuff in question will go there. Is it an AoE attack or a single target? Single target. Alright, cool. Well, now that we have unlocked the secrets of the inner beast and the way of the warrior, let us pursue our true enemy, that dastard Titan. Hello, assorted kobolds, don't mind me. Just wandering around in your house. I'm sure it's nothing. Oh, there are a bunch right up on it. Okay. Probably gonna have to deal with you at least. So, this is the Aetherite the company of heroes used to gain access to Titan's sanctuary. It is as Papalimo speculated. In its present state, this Aetherite signal will not be strong enough for our purposes. I may, however, be able to use my own energies to amplify it. Alas, the task will monopolize my attention for the duration. It seems you'll have to proceed without me, Ny'ardbert. I must needs remain here and supplement this beacon's power, lest you be denied your only path of escape. Fear not, I will summon the Maelstrom forces stationed nearby to protect us. With effort, it is possible that I may be able to stabilize the Aetherite signal, thereby join you, albeit belatedly. Until such time as I do, you'll be on your own. Now, let us see if I am worth my salt. I've located another beacon, one far below the mountain. I can only speculate as to what you will find there, so stint not in your preparation. I should have waited for her to say that and then gone to do the warrior thing, but whatever, we're here. Alright, I am prepared. We get a handful of other scions and take the fight to Titan. You ready, crew? Look, an overdweller. Yes, yes, an invader from above. He uses our aetherites against us. He's defiled Titan's sacred sanctuary. Trespassed, violated, defiled. Overdwellers must leave. Overdwellers must fly. Brothers and sisters, fear him not. His fate shall be decided by the Lord of the Crags. Hear me, Overdweller. You and your treacherous brethren must be held to account for the breaking of the covenant. You shall be first to face judgment, then Limster Lominsa and her oathbreakers. Liars, betrayers, oathbreakers. Oh, great Father, Lord of Crags, Titan, we summon you. Titan, we summon you. Oh, great Father, Lord of Crags, Titan, we summon you. Titan, we summon you. He has come, the Lord of Crags! Titan has come!
Overdweller, art thou deaf to their weeping? Thy vile kind coveteth ever the blessing of the land, and murdereth my children by the score, all in service to greed. Such sins are beyond pardon. Ah, but I am not the first to suffer thy defiance. Thou didst bring Ifrit low. Godless overdweller, thy myriad heresies shall not go unpunished. Upon thee shall I wreak a terrible vengeance.
Alright, folks. Let's give it a go.
Sons of man, murderers of my children.
Where'd he go?
I shall grind thee beneath my heel, mortal.
Yikes. Ah! That looks real bad. Ooh, boy! Thaumaturge down! Titan's Heart. 1, 2. Alright. Inner Beast. Storm's Path. Okay. Let's get you out of jail. Oh, we gotta break that heart. Okay, broke it.
Tremble before the might of the earth. The last I grapple with thee.
Stuck in our box again. The Lord of Crags! Great Father Titan has fallen! I got an Earth badge! The crimes of the Overdwellers should never be forgiven, never be forgotten. No, no, never! 'Twas your kin who broke the covenant. We've acted only in defense of our lands. Cease your aggression, or never will there be peace. Until our dying breaths we shall defy you. Deny, decry, defy. Now these are the readings one would expect of an icon. I have seen enough. We proceed as planned.
Are you sure that is wise, my lord? Your curiosity is untested and unproven. We do not yet know its true capabilities.
Then trust in mine, Ritterton. My curiosity, as you so eloquently put it, would have bested Titan in the blink of an eye. Why, if there be truth to the legends, it could readily subjugate the whole of Eorzea, given but a little while longer. Is that not so? It is. No greater single power has ever been conceived, much less realized.
What you say may well be true, but while such devices may win battles, I do not believe they will serve to change the course of this war.
Oh, but they will. Have a little faith, my friend.
I cannot endorse this course of action. Fool.
And now he has a fourth. Fascinating. Carry on, Crystal Bearer. Far though you have come, your work is far from done. naught remained to mark his passing. Well, the Asians are nothing if not elusive. It is of little wonder that they should cast advanced teleportation magics at will, but that they should choose to consort with the Empire. What common goal could they possibly share? I feared I might arrive too late, but I see you had the matter well in hand. I have taken measures to ensure that we are not pursued, yet I cannot say how long they will hold. Take your leave while the kobolds are still in disarray. I will follow anon. There is something I must investigate before I depart. I will teleport you to the Aetheryte in Zelma's Run, and we will rendezvous at Camp Bronze Lake. Agreed? Yes, ma'am. We did it, guys! Man, you guys would be legends by this point if you had names. Which is probably why you don't. Anyway, good job! We did it! Oh gosh. Let's get out of here. Hello there, Y'shtola. Did you find what you were looking for? I'm relieved to see you well. But come, let's discuss our next step. Well, I think that's as good a breaking point as we're gonna find. While we still do need to head back to Minfilia and, like, get her caught up and all that, I think this is where we're going to break this chunk. Ny'ardbert will return in all good things. That's not part of a saying or anything, is it? I'm sure it's nothing.